check.
Hello?
Hi. Raiders.
Paul's already in there. Says good morning,
What's up,
playoff
Paul?
people.
What's
up, Paul? Adam Hill, what's up, pal? Fargo, Michelle Sweat.
Michelle who?
Only our best friend.
Have we ever met her?
Yeah.
I think I know her. I think I ran into her at a game over the weekend.
I think we might have saw her at the airport or something.
Yeah.
I think she rode back on the plane with us.
Yeah.
Trinidad's in there.
What's up, Trin?
I think I literally broke bread with Michelle and her husband over the weekend.
You did break bread.
We broke a lot of bread.
Broke bread.
There's bread and beer, right?
Yeah. So you broke bread and broke beer.
Oh, nice.
We liquid bread. Scotland's in the house.
What is up? What's up, Eric?
Uncle Mosh is in the house, getting ready to hit the dislike button.
Oh, good. You weren't here last week. We didn't have a single dislike.
Oh, I should have called in and disliked you.
Hey, boys. In the immortal words of Raider Ramon, let's effing go.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Paletnikov, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, high running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio, hosted by Murph, Uncle Mosh, and Swag Jeff. Take it away, guys.
Why, thank you, Brent Musburger. What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murph back once again for what we trust will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Appreciate you all joining us here tonight, live in Murph's Fan Cave for episode number 224 of Raiders Fan Radio. And
234.
That's exactly what I meant to say. And thank you, boys, for pointing out.
We're not going to let you screw up.
And I'm going to screw up a lot because if you can't tell, I'm still paying the price of recovery from an amazing Las Vegas trip. Originally, we weren't going to even do a show tonight because we knew we were going to need the time to bounce back. But look, you can't have your team win the most significant football game in the last 20 years and not come back and talk about it with the best of Raider Nation. And so we're here, man. We're going to muscle through this thing. Don't have a ton planned tonight other than the sea of fans, which is going to be great. We've got some great emails and great phone calls to get to tonight. Of course, we're going to talk about the game, and we're going to talk about the upcoming game against Cincinnati as well. So we'll definitely check us out for that. But we're going to let the Sea of Fans do the heavy lifting tonight. That's certainly for sure. And speaking of Sea of Fans, we have the best chat room that there is in all of Raider Nation. Appreciate everybody that's joining us live in the chat room tonight. You can find us every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Jump in there at youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio and chat it up with folks like Lala Meloso, Atticus be rocking, Ron the Maderator, Michelle Sweat is in there, Adam Hill is in there, Tyrone Graves, Lee B, Foxy Scorpio, Anthony Provencio, Trinidad, Kenny Blair, Paul in Shropshire, Fargo Raiders in there. So many of our good friends. We appreciate all of you joining us here tonight. So speaking of good friends, speaking of family, what this whole Raider thing is all about, it's La Familia and we mean it. Let me first off welcome one of the other three men in the booth. There we go. Damn it, I almost made the intro without tripping on my tongue. Let me go ahead and welcome in the man that adorns the Western Annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk. He is the one and only legendary Uncle Mosh.
Hey, and I would hit the cheer button, but it ain't working.
All right, flip it over to the Swaggy and let him operate it there.
You got it? Yeah. It's not that. It's just
we'll turn it up. Let's use the volume buttons, Mosh.
Well, volume. Swaggy, hit the volume button. Let's try one more time.
There you go. Let's go ahead, Mosh. Jump in there and Swaggo.
It's all the way up, Murph. I know how to push a button. But anyway, look I got an impression of you. This is you, Murph. Well, hey everybody, I'm really glad to be back. It was such a great day at the game and everything. But you know what? I can't imagine how much fun it was. Except I was there. So not only can I imagine it, I can live it. It was amazing. Everybody's going to hear about it tonight. We're going to
Oh, there you got it.
America, go to the YouTube
there you go,
right now.
There we go. All right, good deal.
Yeah. Anyway, it was great. It was fun. We had a blast. You're going to hear all about it. Maybe you won't hear about everything because it's true. A lot that happens in Vegas needs to stay in Vegas.
There's no way.
Oh, yeah.
We'll cover about 40% of it, I'm sure.
There was one funny thing, though. We were walking. It was late. The game had been over for at least a good hour. And it was you and I and Cousin Sonny and Capo and Michelle and Lamont. And we were all walking by Allegiant Stadium. And you got the phone out and we did, Paul. Paul.
We did a live Paul.
We did a live Paul.
Nice.
It was really cool. We missed you a ton, Swaggo.
Well, yeah.
So he's busy catching up. I'll go ahead and introduce you.
Okay.
To my right at the Western Annex of the Southern Annex, our one and only buddy, who's been a best friend member of our family by proxy for years, Swaggy J.
Yeah.
Swaggo?
What's up? Oh, my gosh. Watching or seeing all the pictures that you guys posted and all the stuff you were sending me and stuff. I mean, I was super jealous, obviously, but so happy for you guys. Like, what an amazing trip, and capped off with the best win that I've seen as a Raider fan.
The only way it could have been better is if you'd have been there. I mean,
I agree.
It was.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was epic, dude.
Yeah,
it was
man.
Amazing. It was amazing. And thank you for holding down the Raiders Fan Radio fort while we were out there in Vegas, taking care of us, of course, on the social medias and getting our stuff out there.
Of course,
appreciate you doing that. All right, so Mosh mentioned it. So here, for those of you that are on the on the YouTube feed, I'm going to hold it up, and I'm going to put it to my mic too, so you can see. This is us walking past Allegiant. If you're familiar with our show, one of our good friends, his name is Paul. We're going to hear from him in just a little bit. He is one of our legendary emailers to the show, and we always play 30 seconds of Paul after Paul gets his email read here on the show. And so this is us walking back. This is what we did for Paul.
Hey, Mark. We got Let's do 30 seconds of Paul, and then I'll scan to Allegiant. I'll send it to him. Okay, ready? Paul? Paul. Hi, I'm Paul. Paul? Is your name Paul? I'm Paul.
That's amazing. I love that.
I love it. My favorite part is when Lamont goes, Paul who?
We gotta get Lamont to start watching the show.
I know, right? Oh man.
Hey, so I want to give respect to a guy in the chat, Mitchell Akehurst. If I'm not pronouncing
what's
your
up?
name, yeah. He says that, and for some reason I'm not able to scroll up right here. Oh, here it goes. He said he just booked his flight from London today to watch our Raiders kill those Tigers.
Go, dude.
Yeah,
Let's
man,
go.
that's so cool.
Yeah, so Mitchell, he's one of our buddies from Silver and Black UK.
Right.
He's actually, he and I have something in common. We're kind of like, if you saw a picture of Mitchell, hey, Mitch, you want to know what you're going to look like in 20 years?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
he's your doppelganger.
Yes, he's got the beard and the glasses and the whole thing. Yeah, it's pretty fun. So when I did a show with those guys from Silver and Black UK one time, and everybody that was watching was like, "Is this Murph like is this what Murph looked like 20 years ago?" Yeah, it was pretty funny. But anyways, so that's awesome, man, and can't wait. Hey, and share stuff with us on our socials.
Yes,
at
please
Raiders
do.
Fan Radio on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else. Tag us, man, and let us know how your trip goes. We know you'll be representing Silver and Black UK. Such good friends of ours over there and holding it down for Raider Nation over there, and definitely want to see you representing at the Bengals game. All right, let's go ahead and jump in to the episode here at the top of the show. So this is episode number 234, as the guys corrected me to, and we take our episode number and tie it back to something significant within Raider Nation every week. Swag Jeff, who do you got this week?
Yeah, episode 234, and I've got a good one. We always love the career stat around here.
Love a career
We
stat.
love a good career stat. So this one, we're going to be highlighting Mark Van Egan.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So Mark Van Egan played 112 games in Silver and Black. He compiled 5,907 yards and 35 touchdowns on the ground, and added 1,467 yards and 3 touchdowns, which is 38 touchdowns. Now, I know we don't like math, but we love numbers. But 38 touchdowns through the air and the ground is, wait, that's only 228 points.
I can't believe he just did that in his head.
Yeah, it was 228 points, which we did for episode 228.
Yeah.
So Swag Jeff had to dig deep into Raider history.
Okay.
I dug in. I dug my heels in the RFR labs and found out that Mark Van Egan had actually returned one fumble for a touchdown.
No way.
So if my calculations are correct, he gets another 6 points.
Yes.
So now the updated number for Mark Van Egan is 234 points scored for the Raiders.
Let's
Yeah.
go, dude.
So what does he have in the record books? I mean, when you would look up like Van Egan's stats, what does it show?
Well, it showed 234, but I was only looking at the stats, like his actual stats.
Yeah.
But then when I went to another page and it was like all-time points scored, I looked and I was like, wait, maybe I was wrong. But then I scrolled through and saw that he had returned one fumble.
Dude, that's legit, buddy.
That's money, man.
Nice
I like
job,
it.
Swag.
I know, right?
It was probably a fumble risky. Back in the day.
Yeah.
All right, Uncle Moss, let's hit some contact information and then let's give out some respect.
Woo! Hey, Raider Nation! You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up, and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346, or as Murph would say it, 909-345-3346. How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes?
909-345-3346.
At Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. The Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio. Insta something. Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio.
The ticky-ticky-tocky-tock.
TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there Twitch. Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Good.
Nice.
Nice.
That was bad.
Yeah, not bad.
That
Not
wasn't
bad.
bad.
Hey, so before we jump into our respect, I want to give respect to Aaron the Q-Dog Raider with an $8 donation to the One Nation
thank you,
Foundation.
Capo. Come on,
he
Capo.
he said anything happened in Vegas this weekend, asking for the nation. And then Fargo Raider threw $5 into the One Nation
Let's
Foundation,
go.
said get it done, swaggo. And then Tyrone Graves, a $5 donation
Oh my
as
gosh,
well that
thank you
says
so much.
playoffs.
Absolutely. We don't even need Jim Moore to tell us. We freaking got it this time around.
Well, yeah.
We knew we were going.
Man, this was so
Well,
good.
one of us did.
You did.
All right, so let's go ahead. I'll tell you what, since here we're in respect anyways, now I can talk to my pitcher because the no-hitter
go.
is now over. So let's go back to August. I wish I would have pulled it yet. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little slow on show prep tonight, but I'll get the soundbite for next week's show. Uncle Mosh, back in August, when we were doing kind of our schedule predictions, Uncle Mosh said 10-7. And I immediately was like, yeah, but Uncle Mosh, 10-7 is not going to be good enough to make the playoffs. And he said, yes, it will be. The Raiders are going to go 10-7 because I'm like, no, they got to be 11-6. We won't make it a 10-7. And he said, nah, BS, Murph. That's going to be 10-7, and they're going to make the friggin' playoffs. And sure enough, Mostradamus strikes again. Unbelievable, Mosh. You called that.
You did.
Nicely done,
Thank
Mosh.
you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Nicely, despite multiple attempts for people to undermine and
Oh
talk
my
to you about it,
gosh.
because as we were approaching the mark, it was getting attention from not only us but other folks as well, going like, "Hey, this is exactly what Uncle Mosh called for," and you kept saying, "Shut up."
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about
Were
that.
you the one flipping that coin?
I might have been.
Absolutely. Hey, another couple more donations in there, Swaggo. What else we got now?
Yeah,
real quick?
so Lino, the Full Metal Mexican, donated a total of $11. So thank you very much, Lino, and we appreciate that.
Awesome.
All going to the One Nation Foundation.
Awesome, man. So One Nation Foundation is our nonprofit organization that we run. And 100% of the money that we make with this show, whether that's your super chats, direct donations, advertising, 100% of that money goes into the coffer for the One Nation Foundation, where we give that money away to Raiders-related charities. So appreciate all of the very, very kind donations and your generosity, Raider Nation. All right, so respect. So let me get we got three good ones tonight. So first off, I want to respect the Rockstar Bar, and really in addition to that, Kevin the Raider Nerd, good friend of ours. Mosh, you brought up a couple weeks ago. Kevin started a RFR meetups page on Facebook, and Kevin had the idea about going to the Rockstar Bar and for us to getting together on that first Saturday night when we got to town. And so the party there was hosted by Raider Nation Radio. That's Clay Baker. They're at 9:20 a.m. there in Vegas. That was a fun party. It was super cold outside, but the food was great. The drinks were fantastic. And Kevin, man, brought everybody together, and like our whole crew, all the RFR folks that were there, everybody showed up, and we had an incredibly amazing time. And so just want to give them respect for not only the party, but to Kevin for putting that together. Next up, so speaking of the folks that were there, want to give respect to Trinidad, our good buddy Trinidad. He's the one that hooked us up with the tickets to go out there for Mosh and Ice seats. And not only did we sit with Trinidad and his crew during the game, but we also went to Trinidad's tailgate to kind of kick off our day there at Allegiant Stadium. And to his family, Uncle Sal and Uncle Juan and other Juan and all the guys that were there, all the family that was there. I can't even remember everybody. It was just an amazing tailgate, and we appreciate you. The ceviche was on point. We just had an incredible time there. The food was fantastic. The company was even better, and so we appreciate you. Much respect. And then last but not least, I want to thank Fabricator Gil and the IE. Fabricator Gil also helped some other of our folks get tickets to the game, but not only that, but like he went out of his way to set up an amazing tailgate in J-Lot that was incredibly reminiscent of what it was like in Oakland. It really, I mean, the size of the whole scope of all of the tailgates collectively are not as big as what like N-Lot was in Oakland.
Sure.
But for that strip going down from where the Black Hole tailgate is, down past where where Gil was, is just amazing. And it had the vibe, it had the feel. It felt like being back home.
Yeah, Michelle Sweat, she posted all of her pictures and all that stuff on Facebook too, and she posted all the videos of her walking with you and
right
Sonny and stuff throughout the entire tailgate, and it looked like Oakland.
Oh, it was.
I mean, that's cool. Obviously, it's a smaller scale, but like that feel is still
the vibe
there.
was there. The vibe, the music, the smells, everything. And Mosh has hold up a picture there. So here's what I want to give. I want to give. Past respect and just give big love to freaking Gil. He flew our flag. So there you see the American flag
That's
on top.
unbelievable.
Then you see the Raiders fan radio flag. It's the one that normally hangs up here to my left here in the fan cave. Flew our flag up there high with a couple other Raider flags as well. And like, gosh, man, just so cool. Like walking up to the stadium, to that lot, and seeing our flag going up there. Man, I tell you, man, that just brought it together, man.
When we called Gil, we were walking over we had gone to Trinidad's and had the ceviche and all that, and over there and a couple of beverages. And we said, how do we get there? Oh, you go down here and turn right and go towards the Chevron station. You can't miss the flag.
Can't miss the flag.
So
yeah.
you get into the parking lot and you're squished between everybody and it starts, right, and you're hearing all the great music, and there was a couple of mariachi bands that were playing, and the smell, you got all the food that's being cooked and all the herbs that are being burnt, and I'm thinking to myself, hold your breath, you got a drug test on Monday. But anyway, and we're going.
What did they test for carne asada?
Yeah, they were testing for carne asada. Yeah. Yeah, and all the rest of it. And then I said, what are we looking for, Reverend? You go, look for the flag. And man, above all the other flags,
above everything else,
you see this American flag, and right underneath it is our flag. And I'm like, oh man, talk about representing. It was amazing.
That was so cool.
It was so cool. Of course, their hospitality there was second to none. It was fantastic.
Absolutely. And after the game, we reconvened around there, and again, just the food and the drinks and all the family that was there, and the company was just. It was we have a lot of fondness. We're Oakland guys, Oakland fans originally, and all that, and that was our original experiences and all that. I don't want to say that this was like as close as that, because that would downplay how cool this one was. Like this truly was this trip and that experience with all those folks from Trinidad's crew, Gil's crew, everybody, all of that collectively was just as good as an Oakland game.
And this was its own thing.
But it was
its own vibe. Yeah. And then afterwards, when we all met back up at Gil's again, we had some more food and some more libation, and then, and just hung out. Even the Popo came to ask us to leave, and they were cracking up.
They were cool.
Having fun and cool, and they're like, yeah, I'll head on out, in a minute. But and then just walking past Allegiant, going over to hook up with a ride, and it was just an amazing experience. It was an amazing experience,
incredible experience, and so, anyways, we appreciate everybody that facilitated this trip for us. We thank you so very, very much, and cannot wait for the next one, man. Now I'm like more than doubly fired up for next year. I don't know if I can handle 6 Raider trips again, but or 6 Vegas trips, anyways, but. This voice has got to recover at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. You know what I mean? But maybe 2. But anyway, so appreciate you all so very, very much. We love you. And like I always say, we say Raider Nation is family, La Familia, and we mean it. And Raider Nation shows it each and every time we experience it with out there.
Somebody said, and the last little thing I'm going to, it's really not. It's not the last thing I'm going to say about
for now.
For right now. But it's a really good point. It was the most, and this comes from Storm, and we've all said it, but it was the most important game today for the Vegas Raiders in their short history.
Yes,
and the way that the fans showed up, and it was just a speck of Charger fans, because it was a Raider game. And when you're sitting there in the tailgate and you're eating and you're drinking and you're laughing, and all of a sudden you hear Raiders, and you know what's happening. A Charger fan is walking by.
Yes. And
that was so reminiscent of the way it should be.
Absolutely.
And all the stuff that we've been saying, all the organic things that we were trying, they were going, oh, how can you repeat that? How can you? No, it just happened. It happened,
Yes.
and it was on a smaller scale, but it happened, and
See,
it was, and the people, Swaggy, the people in the stadium, just everywhere. It was just wall to wall, a sea of Raider jerseys, and then just a smattering, a spatter, just a once in a while you'd see blue, and they were looking over their shoulders most of the time.
Well, and and that's how you build in Vegas.
Absolutely.
When you
Bigger
have
and better.
games like this where you get called out, hey, everyone show up, wear your black, no white. Let's make sure this is blacked out for the Raiders for the most important game of the year and in the last 20 years. And they showed up and they didn't shit the bed. That's the thing.
So you
bring all these people. Well, you're right. But so all these people come in and they come to support their local team. I'm sure a lot of those fans there were just casual fans or fans of people that live in Las Vegas or surrounding areas that just wanted to come and support the team. But then when they show up and they win the way they did, that's how this is going to turn into what the feel of Oakland was like.
And people
that's how you're going to build a fan base.
You're right.
And everyone bought in.
And it's not going to fall on deaf ears. People are going to remember that.
Absolutely.
And people are going to go, no. We can do that again. We can do that again. We can do that again.
Truth.
And the playoffs haven't started yet.
Absolutely.
So right now, Vegas Raiders are undefeated in the playoffs.
There we go.
I
love it.
I just want to go on record as saying that.
Well, what was cool is it's like, and you've seen on social media, you've seen people put up videos of them standing out front of the stadium and going, Raiders, and then it's like nothing coming back and all that kind of. I gave it the test. As soon as we walked into the front door, we're all standing there, and I screamed Raiders, and there was a freaking chorus that came right back in our faces of Raiders. Like, that whole idea that, it was, again, it felt like home. But it was just home in a new stadium. Raider fan was there. It was the 2.5 to 3 hours before kickoff, there was fans lining where warm-ups were. But we thought we got there early.
There.
We thought we were early at an hour and a half, and it was already packed down there. I mean, there was so many people were so into it. I can't brag on it enough. And hopefully, like you're saying, Jeff, that this momentum now, especially if we freaking win a game here in this playoff, or even God forbid we make a run, it's going to build that energy for next year. And so I'm so fired up and can't wait to check it back out once more. All right, let's get into the game itself. Go ahead and hit a bite there, Mosh, and then we'll talk about this game.
This is Raiders Fan Radio. I'm Brent Musburger, and I don't care who wins as long as it's the Raiders.
All right, so kind of going into this here before we get into the actual on-field, I'm going to go back and give a little bit more respect. I really want to respect the Raiders organization and didn't expect anything other than an amazing tribute to Coach Madden. If you've ever been in a stadium and everybody's got their phones out or it's just a light on their phone, back in the old days we had lighters, right? But now everybody does the flash on their phone, and it's, if you go to a WWE event, it looks like the Bees or whatever, all that kind of stuff. That's what they did for Coach Madden. So everything was completely turned off. There were no lights on except for everybody's lights on their phones. It was absolutely a gorgeous sea. It looked like a sea of stars. It was absolutely beautiful.
It was every fan too, Murph. It was the Charger fans as well.
It was everybody.
The entire stadium. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It was absolutely beautiful. And so when we were just walking in as this began, and to look up and to see that, and as we got to our seats, the Madden family came out, and of course the Al Davis torch was created in memoriam of Al, and it gets lit every year before the Raiders games, and now we have this new version of the torch in Las Vegas.
Yeah, but the first time it was ever lit.
That's where I'm going, yeah. Okay. And so the first time it was ever lit, of course, it was lit by John Madden in remembrance of Al Davis. So now here on the heels of John's passing, you had the Madden family come out, and what I thought was so amazing is that you have Virginia Madden has the button to light the thing, and Joe and the rest of the Madden family is behind her. But the thing that she said was that she said, this is in remembrance of Al Davis and John Madden. And look, I got chills right now.
Yes.
That just freaking hit, didn't it? And look,
so
we're not
cool.
Weepy guys. And there's nothing wrong with being emotional or nothing, but we're not weepy guys, but damn, that freaking clobbered me.
She didn't have to do that, and that was touching. That was, that showed that it furthered the commitment that her husband had to this organization and why he was chosen to be the first one to light the Al Davis Memorial Torch in Oakland. And it has come full circle to its new home in Vegas, and now into his passing, that she did that, and to show that the character that man had and how much respect he had for the organization and for Al Davis, to light the Al Davis Memorial and to say that it was for the both of them. That was awesome.
Oh gosh, it was so
amazing.
It was so incredible. And then of course, so you get the national anthem and which was incredible, and the game starts, and just the energy in the room was completely unmatched. But let's talk about on the field itself. So it's funny. So we have this like amazing reverence for coach and amazing reverence for both coaches, Al Davis and John Madden. And I kind of talked a little bit about last week about how some of the things that Derek does, I'm not comparing him to the man, but I'm saying there's similarities starting to build between the way that Derek is winning games and the way that Kenny would win games, the way that Derek would perform early and then perform, and how Kenny would perform early and then recover late, but always win, or a lot of times anyways. And you're just starting to see small echoes of one another, of careers start. And now you get this game against the Chargers, against one of our all-time division rivals, one of our most hated teams, and it's one of those freaking games that, like, it's one of those sea of hands kind of like crazy ass finishes.
Yep.
Jeff,
you could call it the tie game.
Please tell me how that translated watching it on TV, because being at the game, we're all in our emotions and our feelings,
Sure,
and jumping around and going nuts, and a lot of times you can kind of miss what actually, you missed the detail of it, especially nowadays with HD and everything.
Sure.
Talk about what that was like watching that game.
I mean, it was incredible. I mean, I don't think I've ever yelled that much at the TV during a Raider game ever, and I do my fair share of that. But I mean, to watch DC, I mean, it was beautiful. It really was. Like, it's, he's a different guy. He's a different guy. I mean, I think he's a different guy than what he was 2 years ago.
Were you going nuts when it was like 4 minutes and 30 seconds or something? I can't remember what it was, but you and I, this was so funny because Murph and I were sitting right next to each other, and Murph would go, okay, and he'd get his phone out and he'd go, okay, this is it. If we make this play, if we stop them on this fourth down, or they don't score, or whatever, this is it, Mosh, this is it. And he did that like 27 times. And finally I go, put your damn phone away, you're jinxing them.
Yeah.
And then, it was like when they were making those drives.
By about my 18th Coors Light of the night.
Oh, yeah.
I got numb to the fourth down conversions. Like, that would be the only complaint really that I have about the entire game, is that we were up 15 points in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Prevent defense doesn't work. I don't know how many different times Gus Bradley can do that when it's 4th and 21 and you got 5 of our guys lined up in the end zone. Like, don't do that. Like, just play your defense. We've been stopping them.
And you've been getting pressure all game long.
Totally.
And go back to that defense that held them on their own 12 when they went for 4th and 1. And we stopped them.
Dude, so is Brandon Staley the most arrogant ass coach in all of football?
Did he get axed Monday?
No.
He should.
No.
Dude, seriously. Okay, I think it was like on their own 16, right? 16 or 18, something like that.
It was well below the 20.
It was their 18-yard line.
I thought it was 12.
Like that.
Okay,
yeah.
Either way.
Unbelievable that they like.
I mean, he looked like he was playing in Madden.
It was in our.
I mean, seriously, he looked like he was playing a video game. Like, I mean, because I never punt the ball when I play, but that's exactly what it looked like. It was just, I mean, it was foolish. It was stupid. He made some boneheaded mistakes in that game, which, I mean, thank you for that.
Yeah,
but I mean,
just keep those analytics decisions coming, Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. So going for it deep in your own territory like that, calling the timeout in overtime, like all that goofy stuff, man. Like, it was just like, what are you?
Yeah, he should have got the axe.
It was so weird.
What are you doing? But anyway, back to Derek.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of stuff wrote down that I want to talk about for the game, because you guys were in the moment within Raider Nation, and Raider Nation showed up, and it showed well on TV.
Did it? The towels and everything.
The towels and the noise level and all that stuff.
It was loud as shit.
It was loud as shit, man.
They were showing. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry, but they were showing the guy who leads the chants and everything. I don't know what his name is, but he's the little guy over there by the torch, and he would hold up his decibel meter
Oh, right on.
When we were on defense, right? And everybody would, and it was on the scoreboards, and everybody would start screaming, defense. It was like 90, 95, 96, 100, 108. I don't know how high it got, but
cool.
it was deafening in there. It was amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, but anyway, but back to Derek. I mean, there's a few things that I want to say about that pass to Zay Jones is going to be underrated. The one in overtime that that extended the drive.
Yes.
And I wish QB Jeff were here so we could talk about
break that one down.
So we
I
could
know,
break
right?
that
We
one
talked
down
about
because
that.
we talked about it last week how difficult that pass was to throw to Renfro where you led him up the field. Well, Zay didn't go up the field. He kept going straight, and so when you got Derek on the right hash and he goes and has to throw across his body to the other sideline and laid it in beautiful. I mean, I was like, that may be the greatest pass that he's ever done. Like, it's unbelievable. I mean, that was such a hard pass, and that was on like a 3rd and 7 or whatever it was.
I was going to say, and critical time of the game.
At a critical time of the game. So, I mean, but we've been talking about for weeks, this red-ass Derek Carr, this freaking pissed off, like, he's playing different. He's just playing different right now.
We saw that before the game started, remember? So Murph and I didn't mean to interrupt you again, but Murph and I went down.
It's okay, you've done it a lot.
We
It's
went
all right.
down since your whole life. Went down before the game started, and he was doing that. He was doing that, Jeff. He was walking around going, God.
Yeah.
Every time a new group of players would come out to warm up, he's over there greeting them.
Right.
He's over there smacking helmets with his center when Marcus and he were going to start taking snaps.
Yep, absolutely.
I think he ran a 4.240 coming out of the tunnel. Like,
Oh my God, he was screaming out
Yeah,
there.
full
So I
speed.
want to show you this video if you want to pull it back up. I've watched this about 100 times, and it just gets me freaking fired up. So this is
So for the audio listeners, explain
so the
what you're saying.
for the audio listeners, this is post game. This is after the Raiders have won, and after Derek Carr had his interview with Sunday Night Football, received the game ball of the game, all this stuff. So he has this ball, this commemorative ball
Yeah.
that says Sunday Night Football Player of the Game, whatever it
Okay,
is.
okay.
And so this is him walking back to the tunnel.
Hold your microphone up to it, bud. Hold it to your mic, Jeff.
Oh, okay, sorry. Watch, and he looks at the football, that commemorative football, and he chucks it into the crowd. He chucks it into the crowd, which is amazing because so we've been talking about, and what he has been talking about for weeks, stats don't matter, stats don't matter, stats don't matter.
Just wins.
So you got all this stuff. So he takes this thing, this amazing stat ball that he got as being the player of the game, and he looks down at it, and he throws it, and then he looks, and like one of his teammates walked by him, and he's like, "Let's freaking go, man!" Like he was freaking fired.
Oh,
up, dude.
that's beautiful,
it was
dude.
awesome. Like I've never seen that from Derek.
It almost looked like he threw it left-handed too.
Yeah. But it was. I mean, it was so
That's
cool.
amazing.
So
That's
like,
amazing.
and this picture that I'm sure everyone in Raider Nation has seen at this point. But watching it live, I saw it and it was unbelievable. So so the Chargers call a timeout in overtime. And so I think at this point, Bisaccia is really considering just letting the clock run out.
I think absolutely agree
Letting
with
the
that.
clock run out, take the
100%.
tie. We're both in the playoffs. See you bye, Steelers, whatever. Let's not risk a punt or a field goal getting blocked or something and run the other way or what have you. And so, but then they call the timeout. And then they get this big run by Josh Jacobs. And we're like in field goal range, good field goal range. And so the clock starts ticking down and they got the camera on Derek. And he's looking at the ref and he looks up at the time. And he like has this smirk on his face and calls timeout. But like the smirk, and it's going all over social media right now. And it's like
smirk.
it's the FU smirk.
I love it.
It's beautiful.
It's
so
a hair.
like
This one's for you, Joey.
exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Absolutely.
So absolutely. So I mean, Derek. I mean, he didn't have the super great highlight stats, but we don't care.
That's what I'm saying.
We
That's
don't
Kenny.
care. That's Kenny.
That's Kenny.
You know what I mean?
Just win the damn thing.
Just win the damn game. And so he made the plays when he needed to make them. The two beautiful passes to Renfro, which Renfro's his route
Dude,
running is
the
just
hell?
it's
He's taken. I would say this, and I'm back up. I have a silver and black opinion because I have a silver and black heart. So
Sure.
So take that within context. Have we seen? We talk about all the time about receivers, about how they take jumps year 2, year 3. He was already pretty good. That dude's gone straight, like almost legend already. And and we joke about the GOAT, but all that. But from year 2 to year 3, I can't remember the last time we had any Raider player improve so significantly one year over the other. And I'm including Darren Waller and everybody else that we've ever watched in that conversation. Dude is freaking like, if he's not a freaking all-pro next week or next year and not not a 94 overall in Madden and all that crap that comes along with it, then media and everybody else it's bullshit, because that dude, he's freaking money. And there's very few in the league that are as clutch and capable and and what you're saying and the route running capability as that freaking guy.
Absolutely. Well, and he's gotten better, not only his jump from year 2 to 3, but 1 to 2, but he gets better every week, it seems.
That's true too.
So you see the rookie year, we were at the game in Oakland against the Lions with the 100 toe tap, the 100 toe tap and all that stuff. But he gets better every single week. And now, I don't know how many, this may be his first 2 touchdown game that he's ever had. He just keeps getting better and better. If this guy isn't in silver and black for his entire career, then something's wrong. Then something's wrong. Then we've made a grave mistake. Because this guy is like one of those guys. He could become the face of the franchise. Him and Max.
Not even no
him
joke,
and Max
dude.
will be the face of the franchise.
He could be and I'm serious. I hope I'm not getting all crazy here, but he could be the biggest offensive weapon that the Raiders have had since Timmy Brown.
Absolutely.
Because I'm trying to, because even thinking,
I totally agree.
Because even thinking back towards the latter Gruden, or not latter Gruden, but the early 2000s run, and we had Charlie Garner, we had a lot of dynamic players. But none of them were homegrown, and none of them had the aside from Timmy, and had the kind of impact that Hunter's having now. And it's when we're decimated with injuries still. Darren Waller still doesn't look like Darren Waller. You know what I mean?
He's still not. He won't for a little bit. There was definitely some rust, but I and I don't know if he was ready to play or not.
That's what I think. But I think he came out there.
He came out there kind of hurt, but he came out there to help Hunter Renfrow,
I think,
and to help Brian Edwards and Zay and all those guys.
You would have had to. I think you would have had to chain him away to keep him out of there.
I agree.
There's nothing that would have kept that man off the field.
Absolutely.
Whether he was ready to go or not, you would have had to have him, tied somewhere in the locker room. I mean, he was going to play. And it's kind of funny that I love how you Swaggy, a new player, a new fan, I should say, coming into this, you're seeing going, this homegrown. We got the homegrown Renfrow, we got the homegrown Carr, we got the homegrown Max. All these guys, homegrown players, and that was one of the things that Madden used to talk about. Madden used to say they're Raiders. They're Raiders first and they're foremost. And Madden didn't go back and look at some of these specials that we've been seeing about Madden. He didn't like the players bouncing all over the place.
No.
Get with the team, stay with the team, learn the team, become the team. And now we got these players that have the potential to do that. Love them or hate them, Carr's probably not going to go anywhere. Carr.
At this point, I don't see it.
And he shouldn't.
And I don't see him in his career wanting to go anywhere. I mean, we who did we see on the sidelines going, oh, well, okay, so you've been hurt all season, but you're on the sidelines? Richie Incognito, right?
Out there with warm-ups.
Firing everybody up. He hadn't been at home rehabbing. He's been there with the damn team.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm hoping that we're seeing that back to I want to be part of the organ. It's like our boy, like the boy,
Will,
Will. I mean, it's there. I think that shift is coming, and I love it. I love it. I
agree. Well, you got Raider, you got players getting Raider tattoos and all this. I mean,
absolutely,
they're bought in, man. And
totally,
it's
totally.
exciting.
And so we talk about
more takeaways. Yeah.
So we talked about Renfrow, obviously, amazing game, Derek, and all that. Josh Jacobs.
That's why I wore his damn jersey tonight.
That's why I had to change into my Derek because I wore the Josh too. So this guy playing hurt, all this stuff. I mean, and we talked about it mid-season, is this a guy that we're going to pick up as fifth-year option? Is this a guy that if he can't come out and make a difference and be what we drafted him to be, we may just move on and, because it seems like every time Devontae Booker, Kenyon Drake, all these guys that we get to be his backup, then they kind of become you're like, oh, well, he's just as good as Josh Jacobs.
Well, look at Peyton Barber go.
Exactly. So, and so the post-game interview with Jacobs, it just fired me up.
Oh, what'd he say?
So he's in there and in the post-game, and they're talking about him, talk about the game, talk about all this, and he goes, it's fourth quarter, and it was in overtime, and I walked up to Rich, and I walked up to Oli and said, give me the ball. This is what you drafted.
Is that what he said?
This is what you drafted me to do. I'm the closer. I'm the closer.
Let's go.
Let me. I got chills.
I know, me too.
I got chills. I'm the closer. Let me go close. Let me do. I'm like, okay, here. There's your new nickname, the closer.
Right.
Go close out in Cincy, and that will stick. You know what I mean? But like
gosh,
this, like it was so cool,
so
man. Like
badass,
I mean,
dude.
and like 130 plus yards, all this stuff, the touchdown, like. The dude just balled out, had his best game of the year, and what better time to do it than Week 18 against San Diego? I mean, it's perfect. It's
perfect.
absolutely
Yeah,
perfect.
that's
so
beautiful, man.
but
Yeah,
but
right
those
on.
aren't even my top plays of the game.
Holy crap! Okay, what do you
Those
got?
aren't even my top plays of the game.
Okay, what do you got?
So we talked about the first one, obviously. We
Yeah.
talked about the fourth down stop.
Okay.
Deep in our own territory that led to, it unfortunately only led to a field goal, but it was a field goal.
It was enough.
Can I try to guess one of them?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, Casey Hayward picking off Justin Hebert.
100%. 100%. Couldn't happen to a better guy on both sides of the ball because Casey Hayward has been lights out all year long. Guy gets a freaking pick in the most important game and beautifully. I mean, it was so cool.
And it was such a beautifully thrown ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
stupid
No,
Herbert.
It was great.
Yeah, keep force feeding us that he's the greatest next thing.
Right,
Yeah. He should change his number to 17.
He's a blonde Baker Mayfield. F that guy.
Yeah. He's a young Phillip Rivers. It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay. What was my other one?
I don't know. Go for it.
My other one, we're going to give respect to a guy that we don't give respect to a lot.
Okay.
Rocket Richard. Jalen Richard
Jalen
on a
freaking
3rd
Richard.
and 23.
Yes. Yes,
They
bro. Yes.
interviewed him post game, and he said that Derek ran into the huddle and looked at him and called that draw play. And Rocket goes, "You sure? Are you sure?" He goes, "I haven't done one of those this season." And he goes, yeah, we got it. So he calls this and freaking goes and gets a first down on 3rd and 23. That changed the game. I really
that was
that was
huge.
that
We
was
knew
momentum.
that, though.
It was a
We knew it.
momentum
We
change.
called it. We
and
said-
so on TV, you guys were there live, but on TV they had the yellow line for the
Yeah.
first downs. They had that wrong. They had it wrong a few times, and that was like they're not typically off on that stuff.
Yeah.
But so the first down was the 42-yard line. They had it up at the 41 or whatever it was, or the 43, or I can't remember what side of the field it was on. But they had it wrong. So initially, when you looked at that, it was 3rd and 23, and we're like, that was so close. Like, man, like, okay, maybe we go for it on 4th down. Let's do something. But then when they go back and look at it, I'm like, well, there's the sticks. Like, the freaking line was wrong. So, like, respect to that dude. Respect to Oli and Derek for calling that play in. And
usually those are like, and I even joked because I go, oh, it's 3rd and a mile. Here comes a draw play because it's like that's like a give up play, right?
Yep.
But holy crap!
Before we keep moving on,
Wow.
So Tyrone Graves, another $5 donation in there. I was on a roll and didn't announce that. But Tyler Smith, a $100 donation to the One Nation Foundation,
yes.
says thanks for
Tyler.
everything you guys do. We love the show, Raider Nation for life. That's incredible, man. Tyler, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, man! Yeah, thank you, Tyler.
Appreciate that respect, Tyler.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
100% of that money goes to the One Nation Foundation. That's our nonprofit that we run, and I cannot thank you enough for that, Tyler.
Yep.
I appreciate your kind words and appreciate your generosity, and know that money is going to go to a great cause. I'm not sure what our next giveaway is going to be. We know Bolitnikoff at some point. The Bolitnikoff Foundation will always be part of our giving. I really want to get aligned with Darren. I want to get aligned with Darren Waller. I'm going to really try to get that one.
The Darren Waller Foundation.
Darren Waller,
Absolutely.
and then even if Marcus resigns, maybe the Motivate Foundation would be another good one.
He ain't going nowhere.
But yeah, Tyler, that's where that money goes. And whenever we present money to these organizations, we always make sure that we do it on behalf of the Raiders Fan Radio listening audience. So appreciate you very, very much. Swaggo, you got any last takeaways on the game here?
I mean, that was all the notes that I had. I mean, it was an emotional game. It was an emotional game. But I've said all season, you can tell if the Raiders are going to win pretty early in the game.
Yeah.
And I never felt like we lost momentum. Even when we were up 15 and they, did all those 4th down conversions and stuff like that, I was like, okay, like we're okay. And then, obviously I was freaking out the last play of regulation when they tied the game and all that stuff. But like even going into overtime, I was like, okay, like we're good. And then, and then it was emotional again, and I was throwing my hat and, throwing my empty beer cans and stuff like that. But, and thank you to the refs. That's going to be an undersold part of the game. The refs called a clean, fair game and it wasn't just red ass on the Raiders. Like they called the Chargers on a lot of stuff.
But they missed a few. I don't know if they showed it on the TV or not, but they sure showed it in the stadium.
Okay.
There was a number of face masks that they did not call.
They got Richard on like 2 of them.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and so, but other than that, it really they let the guys play.
Yeah,
they weren't ticky tack. And they let them play the game.
But then they also gave us a beautiful present, which led to the Josh Jacobs touchdown. Was that PI that they called on Zay?
Oh yes,
which the PI that they called on Zay, that was PI if the ball was catchable. But the ball Zay was way over here, and the ball landed way over here. So, I don't know about that, but we'll take it. Thank you.
Absolutely, yes.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, absolutely. So, all right, great stuff there, guys, and I appreciate you, Raider Nation. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat room tonight. Of course, those generous donations. Shout out to Chat Swaggo. Then Mosh, let's hit a break. Get in the next segment.
Yeah, man, we got Full Metal Mexican, Watts Raider, Cruise Control, Robert Pina is in there.
Pena.
Fargo Raider, Atticus be rockin', Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Raider Loco, Rogue Code, Michelle Sweat, Pineapple's in there. We got 168 people watching right now.
Let's go.
That's the highest that we've ever had. And we've got 60 likes. So, 169. Hey, hit the like button.
We got about 100 of them need to hit it.
Yeah, well, and you know what? I think we have so many viewers because I think there was 2 or 3 people that were in the chat asking what video game Vinny was playing in the background of my shot.
Yeah, Vinny, there's a few people shouting you out.
He's playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag because we keep it about pirates up in here.
Put some draws on, bruh.
Hi, this is AJ Cole from the Las Vegas Raiders, and you're listening to Murph, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Just win, baby.
All right, appreciate everybody joining us here for Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 234. Man, what a great game that was, and look forward to the next stage here. So we heard it from AJ Cole just now. I think we failed to mention in the last segment about the sniper DC2. Probably going to need another big game out of Daniel Carlson. That guy has just been absolute money, and cannot thank and respect him enough.
You can't talk about AJ and Daniel without talking about.
Oh, nice.
This is Trent Sig, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio with Murph, Swag Jeff, and Uncle Mosh. Just win, baby.
All right, so those are the new version of Janikowski, Leckler, and Kondo is Trent Sig, AJ Cole, and freaking DC2 Daniel Carlson. Man, those 3 guys are absolutely crushing it on special teams. And yeah, so we're headed into Cincinnati. It's going to be a cold game.
I just looked it up. High of 29.
High of 29.
But there's only a 5% chance of precip, so there's not going to be snow, but it's going to be cold. And it's going to be cold on both sides of the ball, on both sides of the stadium.
Yep. So before we jump too much into the Cincinnati game, so Watts Raider said, do you see Marcus Mariota's beard?
No. I know you did, but
he's growing a beard like Swaggy.
Oh, is he really?
He's a huge Swag Jeff guy. At his house, he swags corner.
He says that.
He does.
He does.
He does.
He has said that.
He does, absolutely.
It's because you wear his socks.
I do.
I know.
I do.
Not just socks that say Marcus on them, but they are Marcus's
socks. They are all his actual socks. Jeff has snuck into his house multiple times and removed them from drawers.
I thought you were going to say removed them from his feet while he was sleeping or something. I didn't do that.
He doesn't sleep with socks.
Oh, no, he doesn't, actually. His feet get kind of cold. But hey, so you mentioned AJ Cole. we talked about AJ Cole. So in the post game, but don't worry, my feet are warm.
Yours are.
Mine are very warm.
Your feet are swaddled with Marcus's face on them.
You're so stupid.
So speaking of AJ Cole,
all right, AJ Cole.
In the post game with Derek was he was talking about how everyone makes the memes that he looks like Marv from Home Alone.
Oh, right.
So
sorry. Chris Gang says Mariota and Carr both want a ship, and they put up a trophy and a ring. But I thought the wedding ring out of the corner of my eye, I thought maybe they're talking about you and Marcus for a second.
I do. Yeah. So under my and pineapple with a $25 donation to the One Nation Foundation says love seeing Marcus playing more. Me too, man.
And you know what though? All jokes
let's
aside,
talk about that for a minute.
Marcus has added an amazing dynamic to the offense.
Yeah.
So good.
It's amazing.
I just want to see him throw it now.
Well, yeah, he did the one time and it was incomplete.
Right.
But like
wasn't his fault.
This is so cool. They're letting the best players on the field to do what they're supposed to do. Like Marcus is best at these option things. That's what he did so well at Oregon.
Baby, let's go.
That's what he did at Oregon. That's why he won the Heisman Trophy. All that stuff. Let this guy go out and play ball. But anyway, so here at the top of the show, we're going to talk about AJ Cole. In the post game, Derek was talking about all the memes of him looking like Marv from Home Alone and stuff.
Yes.
And he goes, and everyone's asking me why I'm not cutting my hair. And he goes, well, because AJ Cole bet me that I wouldn't.
Oh, perfect.
That's all it is. He goes, I'm eventually going to buzz it off and do what I normally do. He goes, but AJ said, I bet you won't do it. And he goes, okay. Yeah, I'll just do it.
He's a competitive guy.
I love it.
He's a competitive guy. So Marcus has been challenged to grow the Swag Jeff beard, and apparently he's taken the challenge to heart there. All right. All right. So let's talk a little bit about this Bengals game. So I'll just give you kind of my initial takeaway on this thing. Look, we haven't won a playoff game since 2002. The Bengals haven't won a playoff game since 1990.
Since last century.
Since last century. Bengals gonna Bengal, y'all. Look, my boss's boss at my job from Cincinnati, huge Bengals fan. I talked to him this morning. I said, so you going to the game? And he goes, it's like 5 hours away. He goes, I don't really want to drive 5 hours after being disappointed. He's like, we're probably going to go in there and get our asses kicked. And I said, well, Brian, it's funny you say that because as Raider fans, we kind of feel the same way. We're like, man, because he asked if I was going to go to the game. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I would love to go to the game regardless. Doesn't matter. But point being, though, is that if you think we have suffered disappointment in recent years, check in with Bengal fan. Like, it's a rough go.
Right,
now,
right.
So historically, the precedent is in our favor. On field, I think it's in our favor too. Yeah, we got dinged up in the regular season. Joe Mixon ran all over us late in that ball game. We couldn't stop him, and eventually they pulled the game out. But don't forget, late we had it was a one-score game. It was a 3-point game. We held Joe Burrow to his lowest yardage output for the entirety of the season. If the Raiders can go in there and play a close game, we know our special teams is money, so we know we can win a late game. We've been doing it all year long. So I'm not afraid of the Bengals. And
we were a different team. We were a different team.
Build on that. Talk about that.
We were a different team.
This season, this 2021 NFL season has been so goofy. It's been the weirdest season maybe ever.
3 teams. We've had 3 teams, Jeff. Exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
We had the beginning of the season team. We had the post-bye team, and we had the end of the season team.
Absolutely.
We had 3 teams.
I was scrolling through our TikTok, and we made a video after we had lost like 4 in a row after the bye or something like that, and said, "Oh, here it comes, the midseason, the bye week slump, and can't get it going and all that stuff." But this season is just different, not just with the Raiders, but with the entire league. Anyone can beat anyone. You guys were in Vegas. You guys were doing the whole Raider thing. The first part of my day until 7:20 at night Central Time, I was just flipping through all these games and watching stuff and watching my fantasy team, which I won. I'm the champion. But the Lions beat the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers was playing. I mean, I know they probably were, getting, kind of just coasting into the playoffs. Right. But don't coast into the playoffs. I don't like that. I think that's stupid. You know,
you want to be hot-headed in.
You want to be hot-headed in. You know, the Seahawks, who are not going to the playoffs, absolutely destroyed the Cardinals. And then,
Speaking of overrated.
Truth. But then you've got, who else was it?
Didn't Dallas hang 50 on somebody?
Dallas, yeah, but Dallas is good. Dallas is very good. But we beat them.
I was going to say, not on Thanksgiving, but yeah.
Well, yeah. But...
that was against the Eagles, right?
It was the Eagles, yeah.
They put a 50 burger on them. But then, who was... the Dolphins beat the Patriots, like, soundly. Jacksonville destroyed the Colts.
Oh my gosh, we were watching that game because of course that influenced the Raiders playoff potential so much. We could not believe that was like a 23-point game at one point.
It was crazy.
Unbelievable.
So this season, anybody can beat anybody on any given Sunday. There's no guarantees ever, but it's all about who's hot. Who's got the hot hand at the right time. And the Raiders are that team, I believe, right now.
4 in a row, man. Ain't nobody wants to see us.
You know,
nobody wants to see us come into their house.
See us, absolutely.
Can't forget who was the first wild card team to ever win a Super Bowl.
Let's
that
go.
would be us.
Let's go. I'm with you. I think we got a great look at this game for a multitude of reasons, and look for. And you know what I like? I like we're the early game. You know, we're coming out here to Cincinnati. We're going to play the early game, so it's a 1:30 start, our local time, which is Central. So so for California, you got an 11:30 start out there. Like, that's cool, man. Because, you know, those wild card, this is the first, Mosh and I were talking about this yesterday, day before, whatever. This is the first time we've had this set up on wild card weekend. Because remember, you used to get to the 2 primetime games. Well, now you get the primetime games and this like bonus afternoon game.
Right.
So we're going to get the Raiders to kick it all off, man. We ended the regular season and now we're starting the playoffs. Like, let's effing go, man. It's legit. It's legit. All right. So I go shout out the chat room and then let's jump into Sea of Fans.
All right. We got Full Metal Mexican Fabricator Gil with the $20 donation.
Oh, that's my man right there.
Thank you, Gil.
Yeah.
Gil.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Gil. Thanks,
like Gil hasn't given enough already.
I know,
like,
kidding, right?
Sheesh, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Gil.
Raider Loco, Bill Hawks in there, Fargo Raider, Full Metal Mexican, Josh Banks, Raider Flash, Storm, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, let's see, Ron the Mater Raider holding it down. Corey Hagen's in there. Let's see. The Numbers are in there. Jack Kenna's in there. Cruise Control's in there. Watts Raider. Michelle Sweat. Gord Peterson's in there.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, yeah.
Tons of folks, man.
The Wolf of Walnuts in there. Erica S is in there.
Oh, great.
So cool, man. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
I got to tell one story out of Vegas, and it's not a terrible thing. I won't get in trouble by anybody.
Okay.
But at one point, you don't remember this because... Well, okay. Anyway, there's a reason you don't remember a lot, but at this point you didn't remember, and you go, Mosh! I hear this, what are you drinking over there? And I had an adult beverage by me, and then I had this other drink. And I'm like, I don't know. Gil ordered it. So Gil and I were hanging out, and the waitress came by, and I ordered my drink, and Gil ordered his drink. Gil goes, I'll be right back. I didn't see him again. Until the tailgate.
Nice.
I carried his drink around till all the ice melted.
Oh, you didn't drink it?
No, I tried it. It wasn't very good. So Gil, let me just say, you made the right move.
Hey, and in his defense, Gil had to dip out and build that tailgate,
yeah,
man.
He did.
Ready for the next day,
he did.
man.
Fabricator lived up to his name,
buddy.
buddy.
Oh, my gosh. Incredible job, incredible experience. Thank you all very, very much. And you, especially Gil, in Trinidad. Oh, whatever. We thanked everybody earlier. Mosh, let's hit a break and go to Sea of Fans.
Fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's caught. He throws. It is.
So I got to say really quick, I'm going to be a little. I'm playing a little hurt today. I got this weird thing, you know. I remember. I guess back in early October, I got that new chainsaw, and I was cutting trees, and I got hit in the eyeball, right, with the tree limb. And every time I have flown, the pressure from the plane, it affects my eye, you know. And so I got like a doctor's appointment tomorrow because I can't see out of my dominant eye.
So can you read them okay?
So I can read. but it might be a little sloppy.
Okay, all right.
You can give me a couple if you need to, pal.
I might do that. I might do
slide
that.
'em over to
We'll
Swag
just
Jeff.
try to see what happens. Your
Hey,
greetings
and before I'm so sorry, but
No, you got
before
it.
you read, Dustin Inia is in there. Donated $25 to the One Nation Foundation. I think
gosh,
that's
thank
a
you.
I
Yeah,
think he's a
baby.
newer name. I don't think I've seen his name
don't
very much.
recognize
in there,
Dustin.
so
Yeah,
so thank you so
Dustin.
much.
Appreciate that. He says, let's go Raiders, playoffs, baby. Let's get this win. Absolutely, man. Let's get it. So appreciate you, Dustin, everybody else that's in the chat room tonight. And thank you to you, to those of you that participate, not only in the chat room and participate with us interactively live each and every week. Fargo Raider with a $4.99 in there. Richard blasting Big Nose boasted in the ribs was beautiful.
Absolutely.
Oh, Richard he's talking about, not Richard. Richard, of course. Yeah, man, that's money. Appreciate you, Fargo Raider. Appreciate all the kindness.
And Josh Banks is in there. He's a Bengals fan
Hey,
well, he's welcome.
because there's no Bengals fan radio.
just play nice. Just play nice. All are welcome here at Raiders Fan Radio. Just play nice is all we ask. But anyway, so we appreciate all of you that join us live each and every week. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Check it out. Also, if you like the live show, you can check out the audio version of the podcast. Help us out there if you don't mind, just by looking for Raiders Fan Radio on any of your favorite podcast services. And you can download, subscribe, rate us, all that good stuff. Helps the algorithm, gets the show numbers up. We make more money. One Nation Foundation makes more money. And so if you wouldn't mind helping us in that way. And then all that said, we want to hear from you. More of you and less of us is a good thing. And there are two ways aside from the chat to do that. And that is to call us. That is the Raiders Fan Radio hotline, open 24/7 at 909-345-3346. You can call that anytime, and if we play your message 3 times on the air, you can become a made man or a made woman, or you can send us an email. You send the email to show, that's SHOW, at RaidersFanRadio.com. Send us an email, and if you get your email read an indefinite amount of times, you can then also become a made man or a made woman. And Uncle Mosh always handles the emails, and we're going to trust his left eye will hang in there. If not, don't be shy to pass him to me or Swago to help out. We'll pinch hit for you. And Uncle Mosh, who do we have this week?
Before we get started, hit me with that, Jeff.
Yeah, so
crap,
3
guys.
donations have just come in. Hashtag HYB is in there, $10 donation. Tyrone Graves, $5. Parker falling on Carr's fumble, best play of his career.
Oh, nice, Tyrone.
That was clutch. And Dustin Inia, another $50 donation to the One Nation
my
Foundation.
gosh, thank you
So he's
much.
up to $75 for the night. Raiders. Let's get to the big game. This is for luck and love of our show. Let's make history. Raider Nation for life.
Right
Hey,
on.
and
right
real
on.
quick, Mosh, Dustin and Tyler to honor those months, and we appreciate all of the donations, of course. But those are some significant numbers. Send me an email, Murph. That's MURF at RaidersFanRadio.com. Send me your address and your shirt size, and we're going to shoot you a Raiders Fan Radio T-shirt
Right on.
for that. We appreciate you very much. All right, Uncle Mosh, who do we got?
Greetings and salutations, fine ladies and gentlemen of the Silver and Black Raider Nation, with no trophy nor prize, just a hunger in our eyes. We deserve a hard-earned congratulations. Hot damn! I'm glad we set it off. I'd rather be jet black hard than powder soft blue.
Nice.
Who would have thought a blacked out Sunday night would end like polished silver shining bright? After KC gave us a rout, only thing left to do for us is to win out. Head coach got drama. Several starters broke bones. Both 2020 first round picks are gone. We got to keep the ship steady, steer straight, don't wreck it. Caught up in our chaos, Carr keeps us cool, calm, and collected. We see the finish line, but we want to go farther. So we got to beat the Broncos, Browns, Colts, and Charger. Everybody's in the hunt to be a playoff team, and we gonna screw them all over with no Vaseline.
Wow, there you go.
I'd never put ketchup on a steak. I'd never put ketchup on a steak. I'll never put ketchup on a steak, Jake. F State Farm's Patrick Price and the Rogers rate. You want to be safely insured? Get the deep-voiced man to smile at you while he asks, "Are you in good hands?" Now, let's go get a quote from your boy Joey Bow. looking like Joey Lawrence, dumbfounded, saying, "Whoa! Win, lose, or tie, a motto that we live by." But outsiders got us twisted, and I'm going to tell you why. Winning is a must. If we lose, course we fuss, but we will not tie with you. You're going to have to tie with us. Blood, sweat, and tears. Leave it all out on the field. Did you forget that we are rivals? Ain't nobody making deals. Our blood is black, our sweat is silver, and the color of the cry are pods of tears of blue and yellow coming from the other side. Now, I need the whole nation, the entire nation, to say it with me in a scream. We done well, FLA.
Nice.
With no Vaseline. Raider Roan, proud made man, 50th recipient and 2-time winner of Da Sizzler.
Nice.
Deuces. Nice. Good job. Good evening, RFR family. Oh my gosh, we're in the playoffs. What an effing game. My brother and I were screaming and running around the house after that GW field goal. Our younger brother was at the game with our dad and our aunt. We FaceTimed our aunt and went wild with her and a few Raider fans behind her, attached in a picture from the call. Hopefully you can see it. Then my brother shotgunned his beer, so I shotgunned 2 of my drinks, and once we said goodbye, I threw up in the bathroom. So everyone be wise.
Jeez.
If you don't drink that much, rise above. Don't be stupid like I was. LOL. Honestly, it was a great game and plenty of highs and a lot of lows, but we just won. Baby, LA, San Diego, it don't matter. Different cities, same sorry-ass chokers. Enjoy the playoffs from the couch, you bums. Take care, Raider Nation, and I'll see you all on Saturday. Daniel Mangus, proud made man, Gemini Award winner, sore loser 2021. P.S. Hey, Bosa, you're our bitch now. Enjoy the sofa, you bum. That's the first time anybody's ever called up to tell their pre-puke story.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Excuse me.
So funny.
Greetings from the TVA. It's your local god of mischief, Loki.
Oh, what's up, Loki Raider?
I send you this letter in the hopes that you receive it on time, but time works different here. I've seen the future, and the future is as bright as the sun that shines over the new Asgard. Today is September 27th, 2021, and the Raiders just beat Miami and feeling good. I just warn everyone that the NFL is not happy about it. They will dig up some emails from Gruden about his time at ESPN while they are investigating that team in Washington. No matter how you feel about this, it will lead to Gruden getting fired and causing the Raiders to lose the next 2 games. Oh, and Gruden will be the only one fired from the entire investigation. I'm not sure if something was wrong with the time machine thing, MC Jig here in the TVA, but it seems that Goldberg will take over to coach the rest of the season. Doesn't make sense to me either, but I don't control this thing. We will win 2 more, leaving us at 5-2 at the bye week. This is where tragedy will strike. I don't want to talk about it, but when it happens, you will understand. This will be a pivotal moment in everyone's life, and the Raiders will lose 5 out of the next 6. Even though we lose, this team will become closer and become a true brotherhood. But after all that, and believing in a coin, we will win our last 4 games and make it into the playoffs. Now, this will be a fight until the very end, but that will be satisfying. Now, we head to Cincinnati for Wild Card Weekend, but I don't know what happens after that. For some reason, somebody broke the sacred timeline, so everything is all messed up. I can tell you that I saw a man step into a clone machine, clone himself, and tricks everyone that it's his twin. I won't say who he is, but it seems that his clone has a potty mouth. As soon as I am able to sort this out, this timeline, I will keep you all updated. Until next time.
Nice. Loki Raider.
Okay,
I love that.
I love it.
It's because you don't know the show Loki on the Disney Plus.
Oh, is that?
There's a lot
this guy's been around our show for quite a
long
while.
time.
I think during the summer when we were tripping, I think when you and I were going to Tunica, or I think it was you and I that went to Tunica, I was reading some emails, and he wanted us to guess who he was.
Yeah, exactly.
He was giving hints, and he hasn't given any hints lately.
Yeah,
but that was a cool
No,
email.
that was good. It was a lot of, if you're familiar with that Loki show, that's a lot of good references.
It's
there.
about a time machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kevin,
it's about a time machine, Mosh.
You don't have to be a dick. Damn. Next up, as the sun rises,
jackass,
over the frozen tundra of what used to be the northwestern part of Illinois, a cry of pain and suffering could be heard throughout the land. At 7:30 a.m., the dog and I go out to attend to the daily matters at hand. But the agonizing walls of sadness and disappointment to continue to manifest. And as a good Samaritan that I am, a wellness check was established for the surrounding neighborhood because nobody should endure this kind of pain. Well, almost nobody. Bad people, Chargers fans, etc. After the checking in on the neighbors, the animals, and my household, the whining and choking still manifested, and for once in my life, I feel utterly helpless and unable to comfort those in need. When prayer and breakfast are over, it finally dawned upon me that the ones in so-called need weren't my neighbors or anyone I knew, but the choker fans that attended last night's game in the Death Star. Nothing like music to my ears, knowing the newly minded, eliminated LA Super Crickets are going to be unable to play in their own stadium, unable to watch the playoffs because they will be sipping tears of bitter defeat for the next few months and possibly the entire foreseeable future. This is your friendly Compañón del Diario, Full Metal Mexican signing off. P.S. Job's not done. Still a lot of work to be done. God bless.
Let's go.
Nice
job, Lino.
Good job.
So
hey! Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I think I have it Kill Jadis on there. I don't know if it's Kill Jadis and then Paul, or if I have it mixed up from last week. So just to give you a heads up.
I got Kill Jadis right here.
Oh, perfect.
Hey, Murph.
Hey.
Sorry it took so long to contact you, and I hope the email address is right from what you said in the video. Right now, you are probably in Vegas living it up, hopefully not losing too much money. Murph, no words can explain.
Well, it wasn't too much money.
Murph, no. Murph.
Everything is relative. Kill Jadis.
Murph, no words can explain how grateful I am to you and to Mikey Raider. RFR has been a beacon of light and a way to be with other Raider fans. I may be a small-time poster of Raiders videos with a measly 168 subs, but I am happy that I am posting quality videos because you gave me that spark. Not only that, but that's so nice. Not only that, but it was because of me listening to RFR that the creation of Macho Man Raider Savage was born. Macho Man Raider Savage Week 18 promo.
Oh, he's got a promo video. We need to check that out. Okay.
So he's got it listed under blue here. It's on the YouTube. Macho Man Raider Savage Week 18 promo.
Okay.
The 2021-2022 season YouTube. The video above me is because of you and RFR. You helped me do this, and for that, I can't thank you enough for what you and the gang have done. I know you don't watch other people's videos, but it's there if you're interested.
I will.
You guys have been blessed beyond all measure in what you and RFR are capable of doing, and I thank God there is a positive place for Raiders fans to hang out for a few hours each week. That is why I want you to know that you don't have to send me anything because you've done enough already.
I'll send you something anyways, Kill Jadis.
But if you are not taking no for an answer,
which I don't,
my address
don't
is...
please email. Don't please address.
I'm not gonna. Okay, give me $5 and then okay. Anyway,
well, Dustin Enya just gave us $25, so how about that?
Whoa, that'll work.
Yeah, he's made it an even hundo.
He says, "Let's go make it an even 100." Appreciate you, Dustin.
Man,
that's so
thank you. Anyway, he leaves his address, and again, though, you don't need to do it. Verbal acknowledgement is good enough for me. Well, you got it, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, I better get to bed before the warden wonders why I'm not in bed with her. LOL. Catch you later. The warden. I love that.
Well, Kill Jadis, thank you very, very much for your
Kill Jadis said this email was actually just supposed to be to Murph, but okay.
Cool,
read it.
I'm sorry, Kill Janice. I grabbed the stack and went to work on it.
That's okay, man. Hey, we wanted to shout him out, man. Give him respect, dude.
Well, and that's the thing is that, like, and as much as we are appreciative of your kind words and what we do around here at RFR, it's only because we have amazing listeners and folks that return it. You know, we try to put out good energy, and we certainly get amazing energy in return. And you are a key contributor, and love hearing those promos and those Macho Raider Savage takes. And I will definitely go check that back out and appreciate you and everybody that because look, this show is what this show is because of interaction. So thank you so very, very much, Kill Jadis.
Okay, here we go.
We got one more super chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ebony Graves in there. $10 donation says, because the Broncos couldn't go, you damn right I wanted the Raiders to go. And to top it all off, to send the Chargers home to the couch. Father mucking awesome.
I've never seen it written like
I
that.
had to be very careful. Raiders.
Father mucking. That's hilarious.
Oh, I love
Thank you,
what
Ebony.
Jack Kenna says. Bosa to the sofa.
Nice.
Yes, Ebony, thank you so very, very much for that donation. Incredibly kind.
Good evening, playoff people. Woo-woo! This email is only available to fans of teams in postseason action.
Nice.
I trust all are well and emotions are in check after a roller coaster ride over the weekend. How about them Raiders, baby?
Let's go.
Commitment to excellence and just win, baby, are obviously part of the Raiders' DNA and always appropriate. But a seldom used one is pride and poise. More than ever, that is appropriate for this group of players and staff this season. After everything that has happened to us on and off the field, we have shown incredible poise, and we should be proud of what we've achieved. Yes, some may say that all that matters is silverware in February, and I get that. But when you break down what we have endured, surely even the biggest critic of the Raiders or individual players and staff must congratulate everybody for getting through it all with grace, dignity, and a sheer determination to win at any cost. It would have been so easy to down tools and use everything as an excuse for another bad season, but we've become battle-hardened, not battle-weary. And our younger players will grow. That was a great phrase. And our younger players will grow and learn so much from the experience. We've got a real determination and a will to win in the locker room, and they've become a real band of brothers. The game against the Chargers was beyond belief. The human mind and body isn't made to withstand so many ups and downs in such a short space of time. The anxiety was off the scale, and if the game had been submitted to a Hollywood executive, the script would be thrown out for being too unbelievable. To win such an important game in that way on primetime TV and against a bunch of knuckle-dragging chemical experiments like Joey Bosa was a joy to behold. Hopefully, Phillip Rivers checked on his baby milk. But if you need to know how to deal with heartbreaking disappointment, Rivers, you hateful dipshit, just ring John Elway and he'll give you some tips. It was the consummate team performance that wouldn't have been achieved any other way. But I have to mention DC for steering the ship. Josh Jacobs for playing through agony and turning in another brilliant performance, and above all else, Max Crosby. To stay in the game and play every snap of such high intensity is mind-blowing. The guy is a credit to the jersey and the shield, and long may it continue. Indeed, there were some excellent moments of individual brilliance as well. DC throws to Zay Jones, tight to the sideline was beautiful. Jalen Richard making a 3rd and forever with a great run and block from Andre James and Darius Philons. His hit on Austin Eckler on 4th and whatever on their 18-yard line was sweet. Best wishes to Darius on his recovery, by the way.
Yes, absolutely.
And for the record, it was never going to be a tie. And for the Chargers fans, all 10 of them, to think it was going to happen and then have it snatched away in the last 2 seconds makes it even sweeter. I don't know why that cracks me up, but Emotions are running high all night, and it was difficult not to shed a tear or two, not necessarily for the players, but for Raider Nation. We've waited so long to take that next step, and it might only last one game in the playoffs, but the significance of it will reap huge benefits to the organization, and we'll now see that winning mentally takes us even further. We've got good times ahead, folks, and the conversation about which coaches and players we want and need may just take us a bit on a different turn. And so we move on to the Bengals, a different kind of challenge. The weather will be a factor, but they are beatable. We had a chance earlier in the season, but we weren't in the right headspace to finish the game. Well, we are now. And if they come into the game at anything less than 100%, we'll roast their asses.
Let's go.
We've timed this to perfection, and it's who performs on the day from here on in. The Bengals have some good players, of course, but only the same as Dallas, Cleveland, Indianapolis, and the Dolts. We weren't expected to beat any of them either, but we did. I quite like this underdog tag we've got. It makes things sweeter when you win. Now, can someone explain to me how this playoff thing works again? It's been a while, you know. Stay safe, playoff-bound RFR family. Love you, playoff-bound Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Eggerton, Shropshire, Mississippi Poly Award winner 2019, Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020, BRT Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man, five-time, +1, winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Paul.
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 Paul. Your name, Paul?
Hello.
Paul.
I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
We appreciate you, Paul, so very, very much for the always epic emails and man, holding it down for us over there in the UK. Paul is, of course, in Shropshire, England. We joke and say Shropshire, Mississippi, because he is west of Birmingham. But we appreciate Paul. He's the capo of the emailers around here, and we appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat tonight. Swagga, while you stepped away, Frank from NorCal.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
with a $20 donation, and he had to say, of course, the most famous Raiders scream. And you know what? I found my little clip here from when we were at the game. So this is what it sounds like at Allegiant Stadium. If it'll come up. Come on. Don't do this to me. There we go. Raiders! Let's go!
Let's go.
Right back at you, Frank. All right, let's see. So you can contact the show a multitude of ways, as I said, and one of those is by calling. That is 909-345-3346. And if you do that and we play your message 3 times on the show, we refer to you as a made man or a made woman. And that is our crew. That is like the inner of the family. That's the people that sit here at the table. And so we appreciate all of you that are part of that crew. And every crew needs a captain. We call him the capo. He is Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider, and always kicks off this segment.
Greetings, I'm Murph, from the boss, Sonny, Consigliere, Uncle Moss, Swag Jeff, our Sergeant at Arms, Big Raider Trucker, Ron, the Mater Raider, Young Chili Dog, and thoughts and prayers go out to Queen Libby from Winter University and Splatterhead Nation. The celebration continues. I wish I had some music in order to play in the background, but I don't. All I know is we played to win the game. With a record of 10-7, the Silver and Black, we're headed to Cincinnati. Oh, hi. Oh, I don't even know how that song goes, but it sucks. For the 4th week in a row, our defensive line showed up and contained the run again. And those Superchargers, man, they're crying. I mean, both teams were screwed at various times with questionable play calling, questionable officiating, and questionable clock management. The Chargers are crying about a PI against Zay Jones. Bitch, please. Now, I will keep banging the drum once again. I want to see the tandem of Diablo and Trayvon Merrick in the background. I need those two holding down the back end of the back end of the doggone defense. Make that stuff happen. Diablo is a beast. He's doing way too much. Now, silver linings. Respect to Fabricated Gill for the ultimate Raider Nation experience this past Sunday and beyond. Of course, it was sponsored by, the good stuff, Patron Tequila. Now, Murph, Moss, Sonny, Michelle, Lamont were epic road dogs. Unfortunately, all we did in Vegas, gonna stay in Vegas. The hit list: Jackson Mahomes, Tariq Hill, Roger Goodell, Jim Rome, Mike Wilbon, Jason Whitlock, the MGM Grand Buffet. Honestly, you gotta do hard. Man, that stuff was terrible. And Insurrectionist. Great weekend. Let's go Raider Nation. First time in 20 years we made the playoffs. My voice is gone, and so am I. I'm out. Roo.
Let's go, Capo. Nice job as always. That's the reason that he kicks up. What? Do what now? Oh, sorry. Hold on. I had you muted.
Sorry. That's all right. I'm so disappointed about the MGM Grand Buffet.
Yeah, MGM.
We're so disappointed about MGM Grand.
Park MGM, great.
Oh, one of the best.
Except for Scott.
Yeah, but he was a jerk. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, or not, because I don't want to give that guy anything.
Right.
All right. I do want to say something. Bill Hawk in the chat, really funny.
Okay.
Joey Noza.
Yeah. Well, I posted something on Twitter during the game too. After the Chargers were about to lose and all that stuff, and I posted a picture of from the movie Airplane.
Yeah.
And it was like there was a shot with like a big nose, and I said, Bosa's got some splaining to do. Yeah.
Love it.
And hey, Stacy Rough Raider, $5 donation as well. Not one player quit, not one asked to be traded. We grouped together and made it. Never been prouder to be a Raider fan. And then I forgot to mention the chat, and I got called out a little bit. Oakland Raider Trucker with a $2 donation to the One Nation Foundation as well.
He said I was trolling a Bagels YouTube live channel yesterday.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I love it. I love
that.
For the Bagels instead of the Bengals. That's good stuff there.
Yes.
Oakland Raider Trucker, he's been around a long time.
Yeah, man.
He's been around a long time, man. So we appreciate you, Oakland Raider Trucker. All right, let's get to these to the rest of these calls. So for those of you that don't know, we're all originally from the Bay Area. Well, Jeff's from another part of California, but anyways, Mosh and I are from the Bay Area, but we now have taken our Raider fandom just outside of Nashville. We live just outside of Middle Tennessee, and we live in a little town called Murfreesboro that's home of the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee State University. And so we got our first caller it's a guy. Hey, we got a guy, and he's from Murfreesboro.
Nice.
I don't know who this is. This town ain't that damn big, and I don't recognize his voice. So let's check in with the guy in Murfreesboro.
Greetings from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. History, tradition, winning, great players through all the decades. Al Davis. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you're going to do. The Raider Nation is forever. The Raider Nation is there for us, and we're going to win Sunday night, and we're going to do great. Keep doing great. Keep doing great in Tennessee. Go Raiders, Al Davis. Thank you.
Right on, dude.
Okay, that was my dog. That dog in the background?
Yeah.
I think that was my dog.
This is your neighbor?
I don't know, but I'm going home right now.
I don't know. Whoever it is, let us know who you are, because the three of us and Michelle would like to take you to Domenico's.
Well, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's link up and talk some Raider football and have some of the best sandwiches there is at the world famous Domenico's Italian Deli down on the square. All right, so next up, our buddy Martine. He calls himself Duke City Raider. And so congratulations are in order, because Martine, we're going to make you tonight. So you are going to become the newest made man here on Raiders Fan Radio. And I had asked a show or two ago, had he called twice? And he says, no, I only called once, but I did meet you at a live event. And so if that counts, here's my third way to participate with the show. And you know what, brother? That's good enough for me, man. So congratulations. You are the newest made man here at Raiders Fan Radio. We'll play the song after your call. But first, let's check in and hear your Raider take.
Hey, what's up? Murph, Mosh, and Swag Jeff, Aaron, Two Dog Raiders, Paul, everybody in the chat, as well as Raider Nation. Just wanted to call to clarify a few things. One, Murph, you were right. I didn't call in 3 times. I called in 1 time. Hopefully, me meeting you in Vegas will be the 2nd time, and then now will be the 3rd, and maybe I can become a made man. If not, I'll call back again.
Call back
I know
again.
you guys ain't gonna be doing the show next week, but hopefully by the time this gets played, we'll be in the playoffs by smashing the Los Angeles, San Diego phone chargers, and we'll be in the playoffs. And hopefully Darren Waller will be back to give us a hand. He needs to come back. We need him. And just want to wish you well on the New Year's, and safe trips out to Vegas. I wish I could be out there with you guys. Maybe another time, but thank you guys. Raider Nation for life, and let's go Raiders.
Let's go, and thank you, Duke City Raider.
You are a made man. You showed you are part of the family by participation. By chance, a man like yourself should make enemies, then they would become my enemies. Showing you are a friend of Raiders Fan Radio, you have leapt across the line. Friendship is everything. Friendship is more than talent. It is more than the government. It's almost equal to family. Be loyal. Made man, Raider fan. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this as a gift. And don't ever forget, words can hurt more, but silence can break hearts.
All right. Appreciate you, Duke City Raider. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the seat at the table, my friend.
That's right.
He's a friend of ours now. All right. So let's check in with our next caller. And this is a new caller to the show. This is Clairvoyant Raider. So we've had Loki Raider working the timeline over there.
Okay.
And now we got someone predicting the future.
Wow.
Hello. I am a first-time caller, but a long-time listener. I go by the moniker Clairvoyant Raider. I go by that name because I can see the future, and also I was thinking about being Raider Nostradamus, but it sounded too pretentious. So anyways, on to the reason why I called. I understand that there are a lot of people out there very excited for this upcoming game. I've even been led to believe that the Chargers are being favored. I am here to tell you that I have seen the future. This is not what is going to happen. I will say that the game will hinge on one man. That man is number 2, Daniel Carlson. I have seen the future. Let me tell you, it's bright. Anyways, this is Clairvoyant Raider just calling in to RFR to say what's up and give my prediction. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
There you go.
There you go, Clairvoyant Raider. Keep them coming, man.
Good
Keep
job.
them coming.
Good job.
2 more from you, and you can become the next made man here at Raiders Fan Radio. And we always love hearing from new listeners and appreciate you. All right, so to go to the completely opposite of a new listener, let's check in with our good buddy Raider Ramon. So glad to hear him calling back into the show.
Yes,
so glad to
absolutely.
hear him back in good health. And man, great to hear from you, brother. And so here we go. Here's Raider Ramon. And I got to say, Raider Ramon's the first guy that ever got RFR ink. Like,
Absolutely.
before I did.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
RFR ink and got Made Men tattooed right underneath his Raider shield.
Raider Nation, Made Men, Murph, Mosh, Swag Jeff, Capo, Mojo, BRT, Splatterhead, QB Jeff, Kill Jadis, Mangus Brothers. Let's fucking go!
Let's go!
Ramon. You're the best, man. We love you.
Ramon's been doing his lung exercises. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah, that was
Good
legit.
for you. You sound great, man. Glad to hear it.
Good stuff there, man, from our buddy Raider Ramon. All right. Hey, Swag, got to tell the story about what Raider Ramon was whispering in your ear when we went out there.
When we were in Vegas last year, we're at the Stage Door Casino, packed full of Raider fans. We're all mixing up the COVID cocktail because there was only supposed to be 50 people in that bar, and there was 300. So we were all just mixing up the COVID. Oh, well, we were all masked, but only for
sorta.
Well, yeah, kind of, yeah. But
we were very responsible.
Well, yes, absolutely, of course. But we're all cheering and yelling, yeah. And Ramon keeps walking up to me and goes, "Let's effing go!" Just right in my ear.
While you're on the air.
Yeah.
Oh,
he kept pulling
he kept pulling my thing back, going, "Let's effing go." Yeah.
Oh, Ramon,
He's
you're the best. All right, so you can only it's hard to go further back with people that have been affiliated with this show than Ramon, but if you go to Cousin Sonny, you really can't get any further back than that.
No.
And Cousin Sonny didn't even want me to play this, but you know what? Sorry, brother, it's your turn to barrel, and when it's funny, so I'm going to play it anyways.
Murph, this is Cousin Sonny.
He sounds
I'm
terrible.
calling you currently from a few hotel room floors away from you. But right now you're listening to this across the country. I guess other people are as well, so I shouldn't make a arrangement between you and me. I forgot I called the Dago hotline. Uncle Mash. Uncle Too Many Questions. Capo. All the made men, Michelle Sweat, my new friend, Lamont. And, man, all the rest of the made men. 2021 Raiders. I have a big old fucking smile on my face, Murph. I mean, now that we made the playoffs, looking back at this team and this year and what they overcame, I think sometimes we forget that good things come usually after and through adversity. No one's life is happily ever after. You know, that's bullshit. There is no happily ever after Raiders. There is the reality that they have to face a team every single week during the season, and they have to put up points to win. And nobody cares what they've been through. Nobody cares the pain. Nobody cares the human experience of it. All they care about is, can the Raiders win? Well, guess what? The Raiders can win. So thank you, Raiders, for no longer being a national embarrassment. Thank you for no longer being the embarrassment to the NFL teams. Thank you, Raiders, for fielding a product that is competitive past the second quarter. Thank you, Raiders, for putting together some draft picks that are finally working. Thank you, Mark Davis, for pursuing Las Vegas, because the Las Vegas experience that I encountered this past week was the closest thing to Oakland. That call. This call. Don't play this call. If you play this call, you didn't listen to it all the way. I'm going back to that.
Yes,
I loved it. So, if anybody that's old listeners to the Jim Rome show, that's called flaming out.
Yeah.
When you're doing great, then you just go, "Oh man, I said I suck." But Sonny, that was amazing.
That was a great call.
That was a great
really
call,
funny.
dude. No, it was
Because
great.
we know what he was doing. He was sitting in his bed. It was about 5:30 in the morning. We'd just seen each other like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's looking at his phone, going, "Okay, I gotta call Murph one more time."
I love it.
Oh man, so I appreciate you, Cousin Sonny, man.
Yes.
That was great. All right, we just got a few more to get to.
Hey, Franklin83 with a $5 donation in the
Right
chat.
on.
Said this is the first time since 2002 that I've been excited about the Raiders being in the playoffs.
Yeah, because
it's only happened twice.
Well, we talked about that 2016 playoff appearance. Ain't nobody was excited going into that game with Connor Cook at your quarterback.
No.
We all kind of like, yes.
I said to you, man, I really wanted Perriman. I mean, what's his name? Peterman.
Oh, well, right, yeah. Well, it was just like you just wanted something, man. It was like there was no way that we were gonna win that game.
Well, but how much more excited would you have been with Matt McGloin?
Less excited,
Oh,
but
yeah.
but that's what. But once Derek got hurt, that's when we knew the season was over. So it's
Yeah.
like we were optimistic going into it, but it wasn't. No one had any confidence. You know what I mean?
And we didn't have a game like this to lead us up to it. We did that. That's the
true. We
difference.
got the crap kicked out of us by the Donkeys the week before.
Right. We didn't have this freaking game to lead us up that we had to win to get there.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. This is the most momentum we've had since 02 by a long shot. All right. Next up, let's hear from our, man, I'd love to see these old school folks coming back to the show. Let's check in with our good friend, Lalo Maloso.
Raider Nation. This is Lalo Maloso. And I'm out.
That was awesome.
That's, hey, if that doesn't express how we're all feeling inside, I don't know what does.
He
man.
might have been Ramon's lung coach. That was awesome.
That was awesome, man. Appreciate you, Lalo, man. Always amazing. All right, let's see. We got 2 more to get to. I'm sorry. We got 3 more to get to. I forgot to tell you about one of them, Mosh.
Okay.
So we got 3 more to get to.
You're
Next
good.
up, let's hear from our good buddy, Atticus.
Hey, what's up, Raider Nation? It's Atticus the Rockin'. Once again, thank you, Murph, Uncle Mosh, and Swaggy J for putting on a good show. So, Raiders are playoff bound. Yeah. I'm just going to say one thing real quick, or a couple things. Proud of the Raiders for even making it. You know, after all the BS they went through. Against all odds, man, they still made it. And I wanted to say, too, how fitting it is that about 10 years ago or so, or maybe 11, I can't remember, that the Chargers kept us out of the playoffs, and now we got to return the favor.
What year was that,
And
11?
One last thing. Where's that punk Joey Bosa at? Somebody tell him the only thing that folded was the clothes he put in his suitcase on his way home. Boom. Go Raiders.
Oh, nice. Appreciate that. Appreciate Super Chat in there from Pineapple for another $5 in there.
Yes.
Appreciate you so very, very much. Said he had to run for the night. We thank you for that. And Atticus, man, I don't know if Atticus is made here. We know Atticus well from the chat.
Yeah.
But that might have been his first call. So definitely keep those things coming. I'll go back and check because we had that shredding incident here in the fan cave, and so I don't know all the exact numbers of everybody that's
We might
called
have
up.
to reach out to Paul to check on that.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
But Atticus, keep them coming, though. And we would love to add you to the list if you're not already on there. Okay, we got 2 more to get to. Another couple classic made men around here. Let's first check in with our good buddy. He is Chuck Splatterhead McCann. This is the president of the New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole.
My boss.
What's up, Raiders Fan Radio, Raiders Fan Radio, family, made men, made women, Splatterhead. Man, holy shit. You know, a few short weeks ago, you couldn't have convinced me that this team was going to be in the playoffs. And here we are, just on the precipice of greatness again. And not gonna, get too excited, but we're in the competition, and that's what matters right now. And we're only a 5.5 point underdog. So, road game, Cincinnati. I think we can do it. I think we can get through this round. And then, hey, the playoffs are the playoffs, man. It's a completely different football game. If we can get through this in the cold, bitter cold of Cincinnati, I almost tried to finagle my way over there, man. We have a job site in Florence, Kentucky. I called the boss this morning. I said, I really think I have to go to Florence this weekend, which is actually where the Cincinnati airport is. He almost bit. He's like, we're not doing anything in Florence. I'm like, yeah, but, if I'm there, he almost bit. He almost said, you know what, book it. But then I was like, do I really want to sit there in 12-degree weather? So I'm going to sit on my couch with Laura and Groby and Groby's significant other and my dog Rogers. We're going to drink some Woodson bourbon and copious amounts of beer. And Groby might partake in some other newly legalized activities here in the great state of New York. And we are going to watch this game and hope for the best, guys. But anyway, I wanted to call, just give a shout out, say what's up, and say, holy shit, we're in the playoffs.
Let's go.
Go Raiders.
Let's go, Raiders. Always love to hear from Chuck.
Nice.
Man. Great job there from
Absolutely.
him.
Absolutely. So we got a couple more super chats in there.
Okay.
Fargo Raider with another $10 donation.
Damn,
that
y'all.
says, Bosa
crazy.
folding tissues over his anteater. Yeah, man. And Tyrone Graves with another $20 donation. I put in the chat that we were close to a pretty cool milestone for the One Nation Foundation. So we said add this to put it over the milestone swag.
Oh, Tyrone.
And Ebony Graves with another $5.
Oh my gosh.
Says we should plan an Ain't No More Football family reunion.
Man, that could be the draft.
There you
draft,
go.
Draft is in April. There's
There you
some
go.
early talks about what we're going to do down there in Vegas for the draft. So appreciate you all very much. So Atticus jumped in the chat and said that was his third call. And again, I apologize, Atticus. We get so many calls and interactions that sometimes it's hard for me to keep up with everything. Definitely next week, because I want to highlight you.
Yeah, call in real quick and just say hi and
say hi and hang up the phone, and then let's celebrate you as the newest made man next week. And appreciate always your participation, not only with the calls but then via the chat as well. All right, one last one to get to tonight before we award the Sizzler Award. So the Sizzler Award is what we award to the best emailer or phone caller of the night, and that of course goes to Uncle Mosh. And so let's check in with the latest entry, and it is the guy that we call him the Houstorian. He is always full of great, amazing Raider insight and knowledge and history about the team. He is Houston Raiders Steve.
Murph, Mosh, Swag Jeff, Nation, Houston Raiders Steve. Boy, what a historic win for the franchise. Do you know this is the first time in 61 years that that a coach has been terminated, let go at the midseason, and the team went ahead with the new coach and went to the playoffs.
Wow.
First time in 61 years. Also, first time in history of the NFL where a team has had a walk-off last play of the game winning to win. That's the Raiders this year, 6 times. 6 times. Boy, I tell you, Carlson is clutch, and so is Derek Carr. All the Derek Carr haters can go walk the plank. Hey, Mosh, I know you remember this. I think back when Blanda played, they have 5 come behind, walk-off wins, whether it was touchdowns or field goals. He was a great field goal kicker, as you know. Man, I was so excited for this team. What's that song that Tom Jones sings? What's new, Pussycat? Yeah, you Bengal Tigers. Yeah, just to let you know real quick, a friend of mine, her parents had season tickets 50 years. Her brother tried to sell her tickets during the season last year. The Bengals organization took his tickets away from him, the best seats that they had there for 50 years. Give me a break. We're back, baby. Go Raiders! Goodbye.
Nice.
Appreciate you, Houston Raiders Steve, always with the great calls. So, Uncle Mosh, I mentioned we got the Sizzler 2 award. Who do you got tonight?
Well, we started off our emails. Raider Roan, Daniel Mangus, Loki, Full Metal Mexican, and Killed Jadis, along with Paul. All had great emails. Capo, of course, kicked us off. His voice, like the rest of us, is still recovering.
Well, recovery.
And then we had Guy in the Burrow. One of our buddies probably lives around the corner. Don't even know it yet, but we're going to hook up with him for sure. Duke City Raider. It was his made man call. Clairvoyant Raider. Carlson will win it.
Pretty good call.
That's what he says. Ramon, so glad to hear you're back and your post-COVID lungs are in shape. I love it.
Let's effing go.
Sonny, thanks for a bunch of stuff, he said to the Raiders, and then went to sleep. He just said, that was it, I'm done. And he never even really said I'm done. He just was gone. Lalo, a great shout out with his wild birds cry. I loved it. Absolutely hilarious.
I believe you call that.
The what?
A grita.
A grita, yeah. Atticus said basically, it serves them right. Serves the Chargers right. Chuck, gonna drink and enjoy the game in the warmth, even though he was thinking about going. And then Houston Raiders Steve, the Houstorian. Many firsts this year, and of course he would know what they were. But tonight's Sizzler goes to...
I am the Sizzler.
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 Lalo with the grita.
Nice job, Lalo Maloso.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
It's a grito, not a grita. It's a grito.
Sorry about that.
No, it's my fault. I pronounced it wrong.
Grito.
Grito.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love what somebody said. Yeah, I'm going to have to call up some of Paul's old calls. I think that was Tyrone.
Rico.
Was it Rico?
Yeah, because Ebony was looking for her weekly Rico fix. Yeah.
Grito, amigo. I love it.
There we go. So we appreciate you. There it is. There we go. House Junkies. Appreciate that. Yeah, Lalo, great call, man. That was amazing. And so thank you to all of you that joined us here live tonight in the Fan Cave for this episode number 234 of Raiders Fan Radio. What an amazing time it is to be a Raider fan. Let's go! Damn it, boys. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. What a great time to be a Raider fan. Let's go beat the shit out of the freaking Bengals in their crib and lock this thing up and then take on who's next. Speaking of Rich Bisaccia and Bill Goldberg, who's next? But before we get out of here, Mosh, thank you so much for being here, holding it down as always, playing injured. You're the freaking man. Swag Jeff, definitely shout out those super chats and tell us about the chat room before we get out for the night.
Absolutely. So thanks to everyone in the chat. Vato Loco, Paul Eggerton, Issues is in there. All Eyes on G, Michelle Sweat, Tall Ken Chit, Vato Loco is in there. Let's see, Kill Jadis, Michelle Sweat, Carlos Raider Flash, Ebony Graves, Tyrone Graves. We had 16 people donate.
No
tonight.
way.
Oh,
We had
that's
16
amazing.
different people. $411. Let's go! $411. Wow, man. Thank you so much, everybody.
We didn't even give anything away.
We didn't even give anything away, man. So thank you so much.
Thank you all so much. Talk
That's
about One Nation
unbelievable.
Foundation.
All of it goes to the One Nation Foundation that we will donate to various Raider-related charities and stuff like that. Thank you so much. We're going to the playoffs, man. Let's go.
Damn it, Jeff.
Let's go, man.
Go, bro.
You're tearing shit up over there. We love it.
Good shit.
Hey, this is awesome, man. I'm so glad you guys were able to be there with Raider Nation. All that stuff. It was so cool. And what better way to go to the playoffs than to send the Chargers packing? This is amazing.
You better bring your ass over here on Saturday for the game.
Oh, yeah. And let's go. And I think Tall Ken Shit says that he called them the Bengals.
Oh,
yeah.
Q-Dog,
And
hit
Aaron
the
the Q-Dog
wire.
and Aaron the Q-Dog Raider at the buzzer jumps in with $39 to make it an even $450 on the night.
Oh my gosh,
There
Aaron.
you go, Aaron.
Thank
That's
you,
why you're the
Aaron.
capo, bro. Thanks,
amen.
man. Absolutely. So
so
thanks to everyone
kind.
else in the chat. Jack Kenna, a guy is in there. I think that's our buddy Jason is in there. Paul is in there. Fargo Raider House Junkies is in there. Thank you so much for Murph, Uncle Mosh. Take us home, my man. And before we do that, cruise control with another $5. Our total keeps going up, $455 for the night.
Love it,
gosh.
man.
Thank
Thanks
you so much.
everybody for listening tonight. We appreciate you. From my little buddy Swaggy J and my nephew over there, the Murph. You got your old Uncle Mosh here, and you've been listening to Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. You know, don't worry about the horse being blind. Just load the wagon. What happens in Vegas started in Oakland.
Yeah, it did.
Adios, my lingerers. Mojo, you're on in our thoughts and prayers, my brother.
Amen.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe. God bless.
Goodbye.
Good night, YouTube.
Playoffs.
Oh my gosh, we're in the damn
Talking shit says Swaggy left-handed like the snake.